Hi, and welcome to a demo of the OLIS mobile order and results entry system, also known as OLIS More. This video is specific to COVID-19 test requisitions. This video will provide an overview of how to use the More system, including how to log into More, how to create a requisition, as well as how to create a manifest report. This video will also cover some of the key features of the More platform, including direct submission into OLIS, real-time data validation of the destination lab, ordering clinician, and patient information, the save and retrieve later function, the generation of MRN and verification codes for patient lookup of results, and the ability to print a barcoded requisition and label. Module 1. Access and log into OLIS More. Before you can start using the OLIS More application, your organization will need to be set up with OneID, which is a set of credentials required to gain access to online digital health services offered by eHealth Ontario and other digital health service providers. If your organization already uses OneID, existing OneID accounts will have more access provided to them. To access the system, start by going to the elabs.ontariohealth.ca website and log in using your OneID credentials. If you're logging in for the first time, you will also be asked to complete a two-factor authentication challenge using a phone number and/or challenge questions. If you belong to multiple organizations, you will be able to select which organization you are operating under using the UAO selector. Module 2. Create a requisition. After logging in, you will be taken to your homepage where you can begin your session. To start a requisition, click the COVID-19 Test Requisition button. This will open a new COVID-19 test requisition. All information must be completed unless it is marked optional. Start by entering the lab that will perform the COVID-19 test. As you can see, to save you time for future requisitions, this information is saved based on the last time you completed the form. In addition, information such as the destination lab, ordering practitioner, and patient information is all validated on the back end, thus ensuring accurate and complete data. To find the lab, you can type in the lab license number or start typing in the lab name and select the correct one. Please ensure that you have selected the correct destination lab for your site. Under Submitter, select the practitioner type from the drop-down menu, and then enter the ordering practitioner's license number, or start typing in the last name and select the correct ordering provider. Then, enter the name of the clinic, facility, or health unit that the practitioner works at. This is where the results will be sent. Also enter the full address, telephone number, and fax information of the ordering provider. Once done, click Continue. Page 2 of the COVID-19 test requisition is patient information. Start by selecting the patient identifier. If the patient has a health card, select the Ontario Health Card option and enter in the health card number. If the patient has a green and white health card, enter the version code. Otherwise, select the This is a red and white health card box above. Once you've entered the health card number, click on the Validate button. You will then see the patient's name, health card number, date of birth, and sex appear. Please verify that you have the correct patient information. If this is incorrect, click on Change Patient. Otherwise, check the box next to I confirm this is the correct patient. Below this, you will also see the patient's address. Please also validate that this information is correct. This will be used for contact tracing purposes, so if the address is not up to date, please update it below. However, please note that when patients look up their test results online, they should use the postal code associated with their health card number. If the patient has no health card, select the No Health Card Available option. Then enter all patient information. If the patient resides at the same facility that the ordering practitioner works out of, select Same as Practitioner Facility, which will populate the patient address. For patients who have a red and white health card or no health card at all, an MRN and verification code will be generated after you complete the full requisition so that those patients can access their results on the COVID-19 test results viewer. Once you're done, please click Continue. The next page of the COVID-19 test requisition is Patient Setting. Please note that the patient's name will now appear on the top right-hand corner of the screen. After completing the patient information section, you will also have the ability to save and submit later within 24 hours by clicking the Save for Later button on the bottom right of your screen. When returning, you will be brought to the last completed page of the requisition. To complete the settings section, first select the patient setting. If the patient lives in an institution or group living setting, additional information can be recorded in the facility name field. Additionally, if the patient is in a setting that is not included, you can include additional information in the Other field. Next, select the applicable group, add the investigation or outbreak number if known, and then click Continue. Next, collect details on travel and exposure history. Select a response from Has the patient traveled recently? If yes, complete additional required information. If the patient is unsure on the exact travel date or return date, click the checkbox next to Estimate. Next, select a response from Exposure History. If yes, complete the required information. When you're done, hit Continue. The next page on the requisition is Clinical Information. Select the response from COVID-19 vaccine status, and then select a response from Symptoms. If the patient is symptomatic, complete all the required information. Under Temperature, you're able to enter an optional temperature reading. If clinical information is not listed, click the Other field and type in additional details. Once you're done, click Continue. The next page is Test Requested and Specimen Type. Select a response from Test Requested, and then select a response from Specimen Type. The specimen collection date and time is defaulted to the time that you've accessed this page. However, you can go back and edit this date and time to a time that's in the past. Underneath that, you have the option of adding additional comments. At the bottom of this page, you will see 3 links. The first is a patient instructions label, which tells patients how to find their results on the provincial COVID-19 test results viewer. For patients without a health card, it will have an MRN and verification code required for patients to access their COVID-19 test results online. Next is a patient instructions sheet, which has the same information as the label, but with a lot more details. It also has an additional QR code that patients can scan to take them to the provincial COVID-19 test results viewer. Beneath that, you will see a specimen label. This should be printed and attached to the specimen. Please note that if an electronic submission to OLIS is unsuccessful, an updated specimen label will be provided to you. If this happens, please make sure that you also print a copy of the requisition to go with the specimen. Once you're done, click Continue. The final page is where you will review if the requisition information is accurate. Please note that this is the last time you can save for later and edit the information. Once you submit into OLIS, you cannot go back and edit. If you would like to update the information, you can click Edit Details or Discard. Once you finish reviewing, click the checkbox next to I confirm that all the information entered is correct, and then click Submit Requisition. If the submission was successful, a green box will appear. If the submission was unsuccessful, a red box will appear with further instructions. You will have the option to retry or print the requisition to send to the lab for manual entry. Please note that MRN and verification code will not work for manually entered requisitions. If this happens, a new label and requisition will be generated that have an X dash at the start of the order ID. Please make sure you print these out. This will indicate to the labs that there is no associated e-order. On this page, you will also see links to the patient instructions, specimen label, as well as a copy of the requisition itself. Once you're done, you can create a new COVID-19 test requisition or return home. If you would like to return to an incomplete order, simply select Continue in Incomplete Order. Then find the correct requisition under the line list. Any saved requisition that is opened and accessed under Incomplete Lab Order and not submitted will be saved for an additional 24 hours. If you would like to delete the requisition, simply click on the trash icon to the right-hand side. Otherwise, simply click on the patient name and you will be taken to the last completed page. From here, you can continue the requisition as needed. Module 3. Create a manifest report. To manage your lab orders and create a manifest report, return to the home page and select Manage Lab Orders. This page will display requisitions where users can review and select lab orders and assign them to a manifest report for the receiving lab. At the top of the screen, you can find various filters. First, Destination Lab. If you have multiple destination labs, these will appear in alphabetical order in the drop-down menu. Next, you have statuses. These can be specimen collected, meaning you've successfully submitted the electronic requisition to OLIS, but it has not been assigned to a manifest report. Manually printed, meaning you were unable to submit the requisition electronically and have a paper requisition instead. Assigned to manifest, meaning you've assigned the specimen to a manifest report to be shipped out to your destination lab. And finally, sent to lab, which means it's been sent out to your destination lab. To the right of this, you can also filter through different date ranges. To create a manifest report, click on the box beside Order ID. Once you do this, you'll have the ability to assign to manifest. There's also a helpful information icon to the right of this, which provides information on what to do. Once you've selected Assign to Manifest, you can create a new manifest or assign the order to an existing one. If you've selected New Manifest, a new manifest ID will appear in the appropriate column. The first 4 numbers of the manifest ID will be the ID associated with the destination lab. Please note, if multiple users are trying to assign the same requisition to a manifest report, the first assignment presented to the database will be accepted and the second user should receive an alert upon assignment completion. To remove something from a manifest report, simply click on the order ID again and select Remove from Manifest. And finally, to add a requisition to an existing manifest report, simply select the order, Assign to Manifest, and then select the appropriate report from the drop-down menu. To view manifest reports, click on the Manifests header, and then make sure you filter the correct lab and date range for the report you want to find. Once you've found the right report, click on View PDF and the report should appear. Here you can see the manifest ID, who it was created by, the destination lab, all of the specimens in the transport group, and a total on the top right. After reviewing, you can edit the report or print it off to be sent to your destination lab. After you've printed and sent the manifest report to your lab, you can update the status by clicking the box beside manifest ID and marking it as sent. Any orders on this report will now have their status listed as sent to lab. If you've made a mistake, you can change the manifest status back by simply selecting the manifest report and clicking Mark as Not Sent to revert the changes. This concludes our demo of the OLIS More system. Thank you for watching.